Well, hello peeps. So, today we finally received the Enhancement Shaman, or just the general Shaman rework that I've been at least waiting for very eagerly, like refreshing every morning Icy Veins and Wowhead to see if the rework has dropped. I was extremely excited to see this, and unfortunately, if you're an enhanced white player, you're gonna be extremely disappointed. I actually can't even begin to explain my disappointment. I think I legitimately feel like my day has been ruined. I'm not even joking. I feel like legitimately the day is worse off because I've read these. There is some good stuff as far as the Shaman in general is considered. There is positives, but as far as enhance is considered, you can read that right away here. For enhancement, we are generally pleased with the state and talent diversity of the specialization tree. So basically no changes really at all. Some positives, right, but just no changes. And honestly, Blizzard, how dare you even write something like this? We are generally pleased. Okay, guys, you are pleased, but are you the ones playing the game? Are you the guys who are playing this game ultimately, right? No. We are the ones who are playing it, and we are the ones who are not pleased. So your happiness, Blizzard, really is not relevant in this situation. Not even trying to be rude, but we are generally pleased. Your pleasedness doesn't matter, right? We are not pleased. We are very much not pleased. But basically, not to beat the dead horse with a stick at this point, we're just gonna kind of get into it. There is some good stuff on the class tree. I'll show that later in the game. Really, they've done really good swapping around of the talents. Some of the talents are not ready yet, so we can't really show them off, but it seems like a lot of good stuff has been kind of added to the spec, and also just in a baseline thing. It's not oh my god, Elemental has this, Enhancement has this, and Resto has this. It's all three Shamans now have a lot more consistency with their talents, right, and their defensiveness and whatnot, even though, as I've said many times, you just can't have a melee spec be as tanky and as mobile as their range counterparts. You just can't. That doesn't function in a video game. I'm sorry, that just cannot function in a video game ever. But yeah, we've had some new stuff added, Sky Fury instead of Wind Fury Totem. It's a mastery increase and just gives the old Wind Fury buff to people. It's not a totem anymore, right? It's just a buff. It's for raiding, whatever. We're not gonna care too much about this in PvP. It is, I would say, an additional thing in PvP for sure, right? We're still gonna be wanting to play cleave comps as enhanced, whatnot, right? And it's gonna benefit definitely gonna benefit melees that play with shamans a lot more. He also moved some talents around, Refreshing Waters is now in the Shaman tree, right? Traveling Storms, it doesn't have it's a new talent, and it's also not shared with Lightning Lasso. It's an additional talent point, right? Seasoned Winds is gonna be changed into a talent, not be a PvP talent anymore. This sounds very nice. For Shock Snares, its target by an additional 10%. Its duration increased by 2 seconds. This is something we need on Enhance pretty much. We're gonna be running this for sure. Yeah, there's no chance we're not running this on Enhance. And Arctic Storm, something we don't really care for Enhance if we're playing the Elementalist build anyways. But yeah, there's a bunch of new talents, enhanced imbues. Your imbuements are stronger. Stone Bulwark, this is a talent I want to talk about. It's actually giving us another totem and an actual defensive cooldown. So it's a 2-minute cooldown with a pretty good shielding amounts. It's something let's call it an active Stone Cold Totem, where for 30 seconds that it lasts, it shields you constantly. Something that might be targeted right in PvP, so an actual PvP interaction we might have, which is I kind of like. It's nice. New talent for Windrush Totem, and in general Windrush Totem is in a much better spot. You can actually pick it up now. Doesn't take the spot with Earth Grab anymore, right? Primordial Blonde, this is something that they used to always say how does Elemental have this and Enhance doesn't have this? How does Elemental have a 5% damage reduction clean and then Enhance doesn't have that? I always just boggled my mind, right? Generally just a bunch of good changes to the class tree of the Shaman. Very it's not bad, but it's also things that are when you look at this, it's okay, doesn't give you the feeling of a new expansion. It also doesn't solve any of the issues of like button bloat that I feel like shamans in generally have. And it is positive, but it is like a bare minimum that should have even maybe happened before. Now let's move into the biggest joke of this like changes, or however you want, the amount of changes that Elemental is receiving. Now guys, no hate for the Elemental players, no hate for you, like this is nothing against you. But I've been saying for the entirety of Dragonflight that the developer for Shaman is definitely an Elemental player, and I think this is the proof. Like I don't need anything else to prove me right in this situation. Like the amount of changes that Elemental is getting is ludicrous when you compare it to the amount of changes that Enhance is not getting. Right? Like this actually insults me when I see this. Like. And again, nothing against the player, right? Again, like no hate for the player. This is like completely hating on the person who is creating the game, right? I hate the game, not the player, right? And it's like, this is just like the most unfunniest joke I've seen in a while. Like, look at how much is being changed. And then you go to here to enhance and you look at this and you're like, Maelstrom weapon is now level 10 thing, not the class 3 thing. Thank fucking God. Feral Lunge is now learned at level 10. It's been removed from the enhancement tree. Nice, but fucking buff it. Fucking make it into an actual mobility ability. You know, okay, but nice change. Like, you're not forcing us into spending a point, but if this is still old, normal Feral Lunge, this is still dog shit. Flurry moved to the class tree, from the class tree to the enhancement tree. Again, things that should have happened a year ago, like in a 10.2 patch of Dragonflight. Elemental blast damage reduced by 2.25%. Okay, nerf enhancements. Why not? And the following talents have been removed: Inferior Totem, Focused Insight, Refreshing Waters. Focus on Insight, I think, is not still removed. It's kind of just moved to the side, and we're like Refreshing Waters is its own talent in the class tree. And Wind Fury Totem, now instead of having a Wind Fury Totem, we have a what was it? The Sky Fury buff, right? It's. I think at this point, peeps, it's very clear to you why this is like day ruining. Like, you look at this, you're like scrolling down to see the changes for Enhance. You're like, oh my god, they did really a number on Elemental, and then you go see this and you're like, huh? Like, Resto starts here already? I'm scrolling this down like multiple. It's almost like multiple freaking like pages, right? And then you go to this and you're like, huh? And then again, you see Elemental, like Resto has like a bunch of changes, and you like come back to here, and you're like, huh? And this is how this looks kind of in the game. I think the Shaman tree looks a lot better. The choices of how you know, go down things feels a lot better to me. Talents are not ready yet, so there's like a bunch of these like rank 0, rank 1, like whatever. These are supposed to be like new additional talents, right? That we just can't really test out right now. But I just feel like it is overall a positive in the Shaman side. But on enhancement side, right, as you can see, no changes. Like, we still have 70 fucking talent points for Lava Lash. Still no focus on like refocusing to the damage onto the Storm Strike and onto Wind Fury. Just absolutely nothing. All freaking feedback. It just feels extremely tiring, right? Like with Enhance, like so much feedback given, so much people hearts, like emotions given to this, and then this is what we receive, and we are told, oh yeah, we are pleased with this. Like, to me, that is just an absolute fucking joke. Absolute fucking joke. And yeah, it's a travesty. This is a travesty. I can't even explain. As I said before, I can't even begin to explain my disappointment. And I'm pretty sure some of you feel me and are gonna understand that the disappointment, like entirely. I just personally can't even put this into words. Like, this is such a fucking joke of how much feedback has been given. The people have voiced their opinion that they're not happy, right? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just the PvE endies, like, who are like at this point holding us back, right? We are always here PvP focused. Maybe it's the PvE endies who are like, oh, we are happy, we don't just leave it as it is. It does good damage. Yeah, I don't know. I can't even, like, how you say, begin anymore to kind of explain it, like my disappointment. Now, guys, we are gonna apparently receive some more changes and whatnot. as they say, kind of in the end of that blue post. I honestly don't see how that's like an entire rework that we are missing that's gonna be given. So I'm like, I honestly don't know what's our move as players at this point. Like, do we boycott Enhance? How do we show Blizzard that them being happy, right, about the state of Enhance is literally a non-factor. Right? It's something that literally doesn't matter. Their happiness doesn't matter. It's our happiness which matters, and I don't know if anybody's happy with this tree not being touched like one bit. Like this whole thing still exists. You want to have like an ice strike. Let's say you didn't want lava lash, you just wanted ice powers. Let's call it. We'll call it like that. Yeah, you can't do that, right? You have to take all of this to actually get Hailstorm. On top of the fact that if you want to play lava lash, you have to take boom, 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 boom. Right? Unavoidable, right? Like you have to take this entire tree if you just want to have your lava lash be feeling like an actual global that you can press instead of just another fluff ability. That's about it, peeps. Like Wind Fury, yeah, nothing has been done with Wind Fury. Storm Strike, yeah, nothing. Lava lash, nothing. Everything that people have been talking about, absolutely nothing has been done about it. Shaman tree looks fine, that is okay. I'm really interested in what you think, in your thoughts down below, so comment if you disagree with me, if you think this is great. I don't know how this is great. The Shaman stuff is, I think, good, positive. It just also feels like an expansion too late. This doesn't feel to me like a, something that's taking us into the future, really. It also additionally doesn't solve any of the problems that Shaman just has in general, right, with button bloat. Like this actually exacerbates the issue even further, because now it's a lot easier for you to pick up a lot of these, so some abilities, right, like okay, Totemic Recall we ran already, but like Poison Cleansing and Stone Bulwark is something you might run like these days, so that's like an additional 2 buttons. Wind Rush you can actually pick up, so it's gonna be like an additional button you can run. Yeah, like 0 things done about button bloat. It's even more like exacerbated. Yeah, I don't know, I am extremely disappointed, and I can't even like explain my disappointment really, guys. So I hope you've enjoyed this little video. Like, comment, subscribe, all those things YouTubers want you to do, and have a nice day.